from the Lakeside Newsroom of the Henrico Citizen, your hometown news source since 2001. This is the Henrico News Minute with publisher Tom Lapis.
Some Henrico voting precincts are on the move for next month's primary. Governor Ralph Northam mandates that face masks be worn in indoor public places, and how your small business can apply for 3 months of free advertising with the Citizen. Coming up on today's Henrico News Minute for Wednesday, May 27th. It's brought to you today by Reynolds Community College.
And now for the news.
As expected last night, Henrico's Board of Supervisors voted to temporarily move 5 voting precincts for the June 23rd primary election. The board also approved amendments to 2 contracts with VDOT and approved an initial agreement for 1 other transportation project. And they also honored longtime Henrico employee Randy Silber, currently the Deputy County Manager for Community Development, who is retiring June 19th after nearly 35 years with the county and 43 years overall in local government. The VDOT projects include a new project along North Parham Road, which will be entirely funded by VDOT through federal funds. It will involve installation of a traffic signal and pedestrian signals and crosswalks at the intersection of Parham and Homeview Drive, an upgrade to the traffic signal at Parham and Skipwith, and the construction of more than 2,500 feet of a 5-foot wide sidewalk along the south side of North Parham Road between the 2 intersections and all the way to Old Parham Road. You can read details about the other projects at henricocitizen.com by looking for this article. Also at the meeting last night, Varina District Supervisor Tyrone Nelson praised the county's efforts and those of more than 200 volunteers who on Saturday visited more than 10,000 homes in central and eastern Henrico to provide masks and other virus-related information as well as census information to residents of the area. The county is planning to conduct a similar effort on the West End on Saturday, but officials have not yet announced the specific location. Also last night, supervisors scheduled a public hearing for June 23rd at which they will vote to consider implementation of a $300 conditional use permit fee for certain homeowners who want to rent their properties on a short-term basis through platforms like Airbnb. Not all rentals would require such a permit, only those whose owners intend to rent them for more than 60 days a year or to more than 6 people at a time, or owners who don't want to be present during rentals must seek permits from the county. That process will allow input from neighbors to be considered by the Board of Zoning Appeals before a decision is rendered. If the conditional use permit fee is approved next month, Planning Department officials would begin considering requests July 1st, according to Planning Director Joe Emerson. Owners of all properties in the county that are listed for short-term rentals are required to register them with Henrico for an annual fee of $200 as well as an 8% lodging tax for each stay. The board voted in February to legalize short-term rentals, which had been prohibited even though they had been occurring. As you've probably heard by now, Virginia Governor Ralph Northam yesterday mandated that anyone at an indoor public place in Virginia will be required to wear a face mask beginning Friday. The mandate applies to all indoor public areas, including restaurants, retail shops, public transportation, or government facilities, among others. Now, Northam issued the mandate shortly after addressing recent criticism he has faced after cameras spotted him without a face mask during a weekend visit to Virginia Beach, where he was meeting with city officials as the oceanfront reopened. Northam said he was in between meetings when approached by a group of people who asked to take a picture with him, saying he was not prepared because his mask was in the car, and he said he took full responsibility for that. Quote, "People held me accountable, and I appreciate that," end quote. The statewide face mask requirement will not be regulated by state or local law enforcement officials, but by the Virginia Department of Health, according to Northam. No one will receive a ticket or be fined for failing to wear a mask, he said. Now, his chief of staff, Clark Mercer, said that a business that fails to implement the mandate could be penalized or even shut down, as a restaurant might be when it fails the Virginia Department of Health's regular health inspections. Any business or manager who knowingly disregards the mandate will have its operating license pulled, according to Mercer. Northam said there was no specific time frame during which the order would remain in place. He suggested that the General Assembly could review the new mandate when it reconvenes for a brief summer gathering and possibly determine whether to implement fines for those who fail to wear masks in public spots. Well, as expected, air travel in Richmond International Airport slowed to nearly a halt in April. The airport reported a decrease of 96.4% in total passenger traffic for April as compared to April of 2019. Overall now this year, passenger traffic is down 11% when compared with last year. Operations at the airport are down 5%. The airport received almost $19 million as part of the Federal CARES Act. That's money that will allow it to meet ongoing needs, including retaining workers, managing operation and maintenance, and paying for cleaning supplies in the midst of the pandemic. Well, earlier this month, the Henrico Citizen was one of 3 Virginia news organizations to receive a Facebook journalism program COVID-19 Local News Relief Fund grant. And today we are proud to debut a program made possible by that grant. It's our Henrico Citizen Small Business Assistance Program. Through the program, we are providing at no cost 3-month digital advertising packages across our 6 digital platforms to 10 Henrico-based small businesses of 25 or fewer employees. Each package is valued at $2,250. We are accepting applications for 10 days. They opened this morning and will remain open through Friday, June 5th. Recipients will be notified by Monday, June 8th. And then we'll have 45 days within which to begin their 3-month advertising campaigns. As part of the application process, we are requiring that interested businesses commit to providing in-kind services or products valued at a minimum of $1,000 to a Henrico nonprofit. That's our way of helping ensure that it's paid forward. Applicants must explain how they would intend to fulfill that requirement and may designate a specific Henrico nonprofit of their choice in their applications if desired. Now, to learn more and apply, you can visit henricocitizen.com/small business. Today's Henrico News Minute has been brought to you by Reynolds Community College. Visit reynolds.edu/open-house to register for a virtual open house today at 3 p.m. It's for high school students and recent graduates. Again, that's reynolds.edu/open-house.